Done, bro. Welcome to Top 4 Podcast. My name's Pete. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm joined by Robinho, a Manchester United fan.
2 games, 6 points. That's all I ask. That is all I ask. That's all I need in my life. And then I'll have a happy summer. That's it.
Nice. I'm joined by David, an Arsenal fan.
I'm black concept, bruv. Are you mad, bruv? I don't have one for Willen, though. But yeah, you're done, no.
What about Nils? I'm joined by Oscar, a Chelsea fan.
Hazard FC, baby. Hazard FC. Another title in the bag for my boy. Happy days.
And I'm joined by AB, a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, poor result, disappointing. But then I woke up this morning and I thought to myself, you know what? Champion of England, champion of Europe, champion of the world at present. So it's good, man.
Yeah. Of the world at present.
Leg down.
Before we get to that game, Adrian, let's talk about what's just finished at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace 0, Manchester United 2. Palace's 6th defeat in a row. Talk about going to the beach, ladies and gentlemen. But was it as clear as the scoreline projects?
At best, it should have been 2-1. Ayers was offside. That's just no fact. But I did believe that we did give him a penalty, and VAR's just gone to sleep once again. But
VAR, right?
But you can't count the guy that's feeding the nation. That's now has a doctorate from the University of Manchester.
What? He's got a doctorate in the University of Manchester?
Yeah, he gave him a degree. Honorary to you today.
Yeah, they gave him an honorary doctorate.
Yeah.
Youngest ever person.
Youngest ever person. From the University of Manchester.
Why'd you get a doctorate for feeding
families?
It's an honorary doctorate, so like people get this for stuff that they've done.
He needs something.
Shout out Rashford, still you're done, no?
Yeah, shout out Rashford, man. Big up Marcus.
And obviously Martial.
You need to pattern up, bruv.
Who?
Boris, bruv.
Pattern up.
All day today, he was being called Dr. Rashford, and Dr. Rashford performed on the pitch.
He got his goal.
Also, Martial doing the same thing, and I'm so happy with them. Tony Martial. Now they have both got ahead of Lukaku's best ever scoreline. So we won't discuss that. That's another day. I'll wait for Ernest to return for that one because I know I won't leave without him. But I digress. In all honesty, it was a very cagey, boring game, and we made a meal out of it. Yeah. I don't really care because 3 points is 3 points, and we need those 3 points. And I just want to see us in the Champions League. So I'm ready to put this game to bed. I am not Sunday. I'm just like, if we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. It's not on my mind, if I'm very honest.
Your game Sunday, yeah?
Yeah, against Chelsea. It is not on my mind. I just don't want players being injured. That's all.
What time's kickoff?
It's like 3. I don't know.
I'm not saying. No, it's afternoon game.
So, question: are you saying that you'd rather not win the FA Cup to get into the Champions League?
Yep, 100%. 100%.
Oh my days! I'm disappointed. You don't want a trophy?
It's a fair trade, bro.
I don't want a trophy, but I want to be in the Champions League. So if you're telling me either or, in terms of if I look at my long-term future and what I could do in the transfer market, I am in the Champions League.
I'm disagreeing. For me, if I had a choice between today, right now, Champions League, even if you handed it to me in 9th place, Champions League or the FA Cup, I'm biting your hand off for that FA Cup.
Oh, Peter, you're talking nonsense.
I won't even let you finish. The FA Cup, I care about trophies more than football. Personally, that's me personally as a fan. At the end of the day, you can still say, you know what, boom, man's got some silverware to just walk around with.
I would be more inclined to agree with you if we were in a better position. But unfortunately, we're not. And that takes us, winning the FA Cup takes us back to where we are today.
Yeah, United have won the FA Cup in recent times. They need to go back to who they are. They need to go back.
No, it doesn't. If I said to you, right, you man are guaranteed that you lot will get knocked out of the quarterfinals of the Champions League next season, right? Or you could have the FA Cup today. You're telling me you'll take the quarterfinals of the Champions League season knockout? That's what you're telling me?
My focus right now is to get to the top 4, get a Champions
I'm
League,
asking the
secure the
question.
players, and
I'm asking
give
the
us
question.
shots.
Yeah,
at
he's
actually
answered the
winning the
question.
league.
He hasn't. I'm
Yes.
asking the question, would you take the FA Cup this year right now, or would you take a knockout in the Champions League final next season?
So if you're telling me I'm not in the Champions League next season, I'm not going to take the FA Cup.
Unbelievable. I can't believe what I'm hearing.
Peter, do you know what you have to look at it as well as? It's like at this stage where United are at, winning the FA Cup as opposed to winning the Champions League is almost a vanity project. To stroke their ego and say, yeah, we still got it. Whereas when you
Oh my days.
bro,
Bro, that's why I tried to make it like on an Arsenal tip where they're 9th and say, look, I wouldn't even trade you Champions League position now if I was given the FA Cup this year. I wouldn't trade.
Bro, in terms of the future of the club, the FA Cup is something. It gives you a feel good feeling. Granted, and don't get me wrong, I'm not downplaying the trophy at all. But the Champions League, it just gives you more financial power in the market.
Exactly.
It attracts a higher caliber of player.
Exactly.
And realistically, it will take you closer in the league as well. You will be closer to the top if you're in the Champions League.
Because if you win the FA Cup, guess what? You're back in the group stage of the Europa League.
Yeah, I mean, you get to Europe anyway. It is what it is.
I'm not trying to hear Thursday night. I'm trying to hear Tuesday, Wednesdays. I'm trying to hear these are the champions.
Yeah,
Ring it out.
I'm only trying to get Champions League if I know if I'm within a shout of winning it, blood. None of these men here are in a shout of winning it. So
what you're saying,
I gave you the option of getting knocked out in the quarterfinal versus a trophy this year. I can't believe this is a conversation.
no, but Peter, what you're saying would make a lot more sense if you were talking about that in relation to Leicester, but because they don't win trophies, they haven't won a trophy in years. So
come on, no club is winning a trophy. No club's winning a trophy.
Hold on though. Man United have won the FA Cup in recent times, and it hasn't brought them back to where they need to be. They're a huge club, and for them, it's not a matter of what can we win this year and that's it. It's a matter of what can we do to make this team of Rashford, Martial, Pogba, what can we make all of this fruitful? You know what I mean? We're trying to build a team. We're trying to have success for the next few years to come.
Oh my God.
Man United till I die, I said, United better rest players for the Chelsea game. I'd rather get to top 4. I'd like to win the game, but we have to get our priorities right.
You're done, no?
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
He's also said by prioritizing FA Cup, it's choosing to get Europa League or Champions League.
Listen to me very well. Do you know what Europa League or Arsenal Football Club, bro? I don't want it, bro.
Bro, I'm not talking about Europa League. I'm talking about winning silverware. To salvage this season.
But Peter, what Man United could do is they could dominate. They could win their next 2 games and get into the top 4, and then they have all the time in the world to put all their eggs in the Europa League basket because they've got a whole month to do that with no other distractions.
It's more difficult. I mean, there's a game ahead of them this weekend, and what I'm saying is that
there's 2 games ahead of them.
They should play their strongest team and go and beat Chelsea. Like to say that Robin said that he's not even looking at the weekend.
I think that too, but when you're asking to choose between either one, that's what you asked. So
yeah, I said no success versus a trophy. You're telling me no success in the Champions League is better than having a FA Cup trophy.
Well, the idea is that it leads to more. The idea is not just one season in solitary.
I gave you 2 scenarios. I'm not talking about ideas. Scenarios were
those are the scenarios that Peter. But if we're not at that scenario just yet. We're not at that scenario just yet. Right now, the scenario is: am I getting Champions League or am I getting Europa League? That's the scenario.
That's the wrong way to look at it. You're comparing Europa to Champions League. No one's comparing that. I'm not comparing that. I'm comparing silverware to no silverware. That's what I'm comparing it to.
For this season, I do not want.
Oh my God!
I'm not. Like Oscar said, I'm not taking down the value of the FA Cup. If I win it, cool. But if you're asking me, what do I want? I want the Champions League.
You want no silverware for your football club just so they can be in the top 4 and get knocked out of the Champions League? That to
I
me
want,
is
I
ridiculous.
want, I want a better position for my team to actually challenge this season. Because this season is all
It's good you
done.
mentioned Liverpool. It's good you mentioned
If
Liverpool.
you're Liverpool, right, I get it, because Liverpool can go into the Champions League to win the Champions League, not to just be a partaker and get in the party and then get knocked out before it's 11 o'clock. That's not what I'm here for. I'd rather win.
Who's to say United can't do that?
Come off that, man! Oh, come off that about Man United. About Man United. Man United is nowhere near it. Nowhere near it, man.
Bro, there are a few signings here and there that could take them to that next level.
You believe it? You believe it?
Bro, Tottenham win the Champions League final last year. Like you don't have to be. You don't have to be the best team in. Listen. You don't have to be the best team in Europe to win the Champions League.
Remember, the Champions League is a lottery. It's
my
big lottery.
Wait. So the best teams that win the teams that win the Champions League, you're telling me it's a lottery?
No, what I'm trying to say, to get far is a lottery.
Oh, God, stop with the horse crap, guys.
Look at Liverpool. We all thought Liverpool would get against Atletico this season.
I get your agenda. You want top 4 over FA Cup. I understand that. I get that clear. But don't make up horse crap.
I'm not.
Do this.
I'm not.
Just not do this. Man, you'd rather win a trophy and just be a partaker in the Champions League music. That's all you're going to have.
You're making it seem like it ends at the end of the season and it's done.
Yeah, that's
not like that. It doesn't end there. It goes on. Man United want to establish themselves in the Champions League. Maybe they don't win it the first year, but the next season they attract more players. The next season they get more confidence. The players like Maguire and Wan-Bissaka, who've never played Champions League football,
bring more success. You'd rather sacrifice trophies that bring more success to be in the frigging Champions League. Come on, bro. Being in the Champions League is not more.
You're thinking like this. I'm looking at it financial wise.
Crap about financial.
No, because you
man.
You want to sign players.
United as well.
You want to sign players.
Talking about Man United, you're full of horse talking. You're full of horse.
Don't you want to sign players? Don't you want to sign? Because you guys are silverware. It's blood. If we're not in the Champions League, we don't. No, but if we're not in the Champions League, we don't get our targets.
Horse, man.
Like I said, it's just. I get you want to win a trophy. That's fine. That's short term. I am looking long term,
bro. And I get it's horse crap. It's long term. This is
long term
notion
because you can look short term all you want, and that's fine. But then you get back to the same position that you're in right now.
You're making your own point. I get it. You don't want cups. I get that.
No,
but don't make
what you call it? I said. If you didn't listen to my statement at the start, I said if we win it, it's nice. What's my priority?
Let's talk Palace United. I'm getting furious with the whole lot of you.
I've got a case study for you.
This is the issue, Adrian. Let me go. This is the issue I have with Arsenal fans. It's always short term, bro.
Let him speak.
Don't worry, I'm coming to squash your argument. You just spewed out manure.
Let him speak, bro.
Man. David, you already brought out manure. Finish your point, and I'm gonna come there and slap it up. Finish your point. Short term.
We all think this season, let's salvage this season, yeah. Then we'll get to the summer, yeah. We've seen Mays, bro. I'm trying to do a Liverpool, bro. Here's what I'm saying. I'm trying to do a Liverpool, bro. Get in the Champions League. Obviously, sign a few man here and there.
Yep. That was my point.
Get to the final. You see, Karius do stupidness. All right, get rid of the keeper. Get the keeper in the Champions League. Then boom, go win the thing. And you don't want the FA Cup because it will lead to Europa League, and then it leads to another man. And I'll be back next season.
Trust.
And then we want the FA Cup. Get out of here, man.
Trust.
Because look, if Liverpool won the FA Cup, let's use Liverpool as the case in point. So look at where Liverpool are today in 2020. If Liverpool won the FA Cup in 2017, as opposed to getting into the Champions League, Van Dijk doesn't come, Alisson doesn't come, Fabinho doesn't come, Mo Salah doesn't come, and then where does that leave them? That's the whole premise of getting into the Champions League. You're not ready on that day. Okay, so just answer my question. If Liverpool win the FA Cup in 2017, as opposed to going in the Champions League, where are they today?
Were you not in the Europa League final that same season?
No, that was the season before 2015-16.
That was.
Did Brendan Rodgers join the Klopp finished? Klopp's first season, he got into the cup final, yeah.
Yeah, and they lost it.
So and finished where? And finished where in the league?
Ninth. That's done.
Like 8th, 9th, yeah. You're telling me, yeah. So what? So you did you sacrifice trophies for finishing in the top 4?
What?
Is that what you're telling me?
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
No, my point is, if we won the FA Cup and didn't qualify for the Champions League, would we be where we are today?
Yeah, if is the question. The question is if. You're talking about ifs. You're talking about if Liverpool.
But you're talking about ifs as well.
Fam, first of all, David said this is the problem with Arsenal fans short term. David's been smoking drugs for the last 10 years. Clearly. Because when we were in the Champions League, we were doing niche. We were doing niche, David. We were in the Champions League, and guess what was happening, yeah? Everybody was booing off Wenger at the stadium because he wasn't winning trophies. It never became, and the thing is, Arsenal got critiqued for being a club that wanted to finish in the top 4 for financial reasons, yeah? But then what happened? Man, them were not happy with it. They wanted trophies. We won 3 FA Cups in 4 years. We've been in 3 like, if we get into the final this year, we'll be in 3 finals in the last 3 years. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not even like, what's it called? Arsenal are where they are because they're not in the Champions League. Do you know what I'm saying? The fact that we've even had the cups, the thing with Arsenal fans sometimes is that they're never satisfied with whatever is happening. And it's not to say, like, you must be delusional if you think I'm going to throw away trophies, which is what football is about. Throwing away trophies. No, hang on, let me finish, bro. I'll let you talk, yeah? For finishing in Europe to be at the dinner party and get your butt handed to you in the first round of 16, or we get slapped by where's Barcelona, Bayern Munich, even Monaco give a try, AC Milan's. Bro, I'm sick of just being part, because what happened, David, when we were in the Champions League? Who did we sign? Tell me, where did we develop? How did we grow?
That's a signing problem. That's not you.
It's my point.
Bro,
that's a signing problem.
What I'm saying is that it's not guaranteed that if I sacrifice cups to get into the Champions League, that I'm going to be anywhere near it. The idea is to be a big club, like you're saying about Manchester United. But Man United are a million miles away from winning the Champions League. I don't want to hear about a couple signings. You're chatting out your candy ass. You're not being serious, blood. That can't be the case. You know what I'm saying? That's not the case. I'm not listening to anybody telling me that they would rather just be in the conversation of the Champions League than win trophies. Garbage horse.
Well, I think,
move on.
I'll let Oscar talk.
No, you make a great point. The whole Wenger situation is a fantastic point because you guys were in the Champions League and it weren't good enough. But in fairness to where Manchester United are, you have to look at the fact that Van Gaal won the FA Cup and it wasn't good enough to keep his job. Mourinho won the Europa League and won the League Cup, and that wasn't good enough to keep his job at the end. They all wanted that Champions League security, and they couldn't get that. If Oli manages to do that, and you do feel like looking at this Manchester United team, how they've ended the season, it could be a springboard for better things. They want to attract players like Jadon Sancho and whoever else. Probably they might want to get another centre back, maybe a midfielder to shoring up their midfield. But with the Champions League, those players become top caliber players, and I don't think they're as far off as you think.
How many clubs have we seen not in the Champions League still buy big players like Manchester United? Also, Van Gaal being fired does not mean it was granted. Just because he got fired doesn't mean it was the right decision to do. And I get it. Ollie's very close to getting in the top 4. That's Man United's ambition. It's not a serious one, but it's their ambition nonetheless. I'm not here to say what they should be doing. If that's their ambition, fine, let them go down that road. It's got them nowhere the last 7 years, so they can go down that road. When they were winning trophies, they're sacking managers who are winning them trophies. Mourinho and Van Gaal, they sacked them. All because
but you know that's not the only reason why they got sacked.
Oh, garbage! Shut up, Robin, man.
It's not. But you do know. You do know what happened with Van Gaal. You do know what happened with Mourinho.
But I'm saying I'm not saying it's a correct decision. I'm saying it's utter horse garbage. He wins the trophy and gets fired the same night. He gets fired the same. Mourinho wins a European trophy for the first time since '99. He has one bad season and he got fired.
Wait, whoa. Oh, sorry, say whoa. I'm sorry, no.
Your manager that you laud and praise, 26 years, he won you 2 European trophies. Don't come to me with this garbage. You're not a good side that can win Champions League.
The difference between Man United and Arsenal is that you guys recruit bad.
What I said was
that's
my
the
point.
difference.
If you're here to win the Champions League, then I get it. If you're a club who goes and if you said to me what trophy is more important, Champions League or FA Cup, I'll say to you Champions League. Those that can win it. Liverpool can sacrifice FA Cups because they go and win Champions League. They go and they win League title.
2017 though.
Sorry.
could win 2017.
No,
Bruv,
they couldn't.
winning the FA Cup does not mean that you don't get in the Champions League. Let's stop this crap. Let's stop this. Man United have 3 cup finals basically between now and next Sunday. 3 cup finals between now and next Sunday.
Yeah.
One of them's Chelsea. One of them is against. Move your fingers, man. One of them's Chelsea. One of them's that they've got, right? Listen. This idea that I'm not even looking at the weekend's game as a football fan, I don't even know who Robin is right now. This whole thing of you're not even a financial guy. You're not even a financial guy. You're not even going to sit there and be like, yeah, man, let's see what Man United's accounts are saying. You don't give a monkeys about their accounts. What you care about is that their team that performs well and they buy the best players, just like every other fan. So this idea that if I win the FA Cup, guess what? I can't attract Sancho because I won the FA Cup and didn't make the Champions League. Utter garbage.
Do you know what, guys? I think we're just gonna have to agree to disagree on this point because it's clear we're not. No one's budging here. So let's just talk about the game because we've gone for 20 minutes on this one. It's an interesting debate. Maybe we'll put it to a poll on the Twitter page. But one thing I want to talk about is VAR. Because
it was terrible.
Man, what I saw,
United, that's what it's called. It's called frigging Barchester United. 7 goals have been given to Man United this season. 7 goals have been given to Man United from a VAR decision.
Yeah,
that's taken away against Man United from a VAR.
It was offside, wasn't it?
Robin, don't you dare stop. You talk about I've got him. I'll talk about the Zaha situation. You can wind up your thing all you want, bro. Don't come here talking about
situation. Did you not hear me at the start?
You are the Barcelona of the Premier League. The brown.
Did you not hear me at the start when I said?
Friggin' VAR. I hate Manchester United. I friggin' hate them.
Oh, Peter, let me speak. You're just shouting.
He's speaking with passion there. It's not head. It's heart. I get it.
Really?
But anyways,
wait, what? Say that again. I'm speaking with my head.
It's the heart. It's the heart.
About Manchester United as well.
Yeah, but anyways, as I was saying,
from the start.
Finish the point. I was speaking about my.
I said from the start. Before we even got into this whole conversation, before we got into this whole conversation, I did say at the start VAR messed up because I thought it was a penalty. I agreed with all what you said because they've been messing up. This whole issue with I don't want to go against the referee is garbage, and ridiculous. I agree. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't really want to focus on the whole.
You started hotting up, but I said
I don't want to focus on the whole.
You backed Bruno last week. That's why I'm hotting up because it's coming from your mouth. Don't try it, Robin.
Robin, you did back it last week.
Don't try it, bro. Because
you bad guy.
On record, on live video, you defended Bruno's penalty. I don't want to hear about head and heart. What are you talking about? You've got frigging Red Devil tinted glasses on. About head and heart. What are we doing here?
So
I don't want to talk about.
So I can't say that VAR got it wrong.
Sorry,
I can't say VAR got it wrong.
Oh, you're not. You're a moron. You're a moron. You're a moron.
Nah. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is, Robin? You need to be consistent, and I think we all need to be consistent because clearly last week that Bruno Fernandes thing was an absolute joke, and I said it then, and I'll say it now. And tonight that Zaha thing was an absolute joke. Man United went 1-0 up off the back of them losing the ball. We've got a comment from Man United Till I Die who says, "I do hate VAR, and I agree. United get a lot of VAR decisions our way." But today was actually offside, even if bro, man said it's the accuracy of a pube. Man don't care about that offside. I care about the fact that Man United went 1-0 up in a game where it was pretty much even off the back of a penalty that should have gone to Crystal Palace.
It should have gone
a clear penalty. I
was like, oh my gosh, what have you done here? But then VAR saved us. And Man
United go in at halftime 1-0 up in a game where it could have either been 1-0 had Palace scored the penalty or at the bare minimum 0-0. So, yeah, I'm done with it. I'm done with the fact that they don't just use common sense and allow the referee to go and check it. And this whole idea that it goes beyond like, when a decision is subjective, then VAR can't overturn what the referee said.
It was that it wasn't clear and obvious error. Well, it clearly was. Because I was thinking in my mind, what the heck was that? Why have you given them a penalty?
But just tell him to go and look at it.
No, and I agree. It's the whole thing of the referees above the video assistants, and that's this mentality that they have.
Crazy.
It's stupid. It's very stupid.
Crazy. Why add the VAR?
VAR is not the problem itself. It's the people running VAR.
It's the system that Premier League has implemented, because in the World Cup, it wasn't like this. The man were going to the screen every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And they're not doing that here.
And
they did it for Eddie and Ketia, but they don't do it.
Yeah, because the Premier League referees have too much pride to go rely on the screen, and it's clearly obvious. They wouldn't do it for anything and anyone.
Oh, it's a joke, man. It's a joke.
Don't get me wrong. I 100% agree that was a penalty. Did we get away with it? Yes. Can we? Is it Man United's fault? No, it's the referee's fault.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's what it is. I can't blame Man United that VAR decision's gone our way. Blame the referees that are in Stockley Park doing it, not looking and checking. By the way, 20 assists for our man of the match, Bruno Fernandes. By the way, 20 goals and assists. Yeah, he's on 20 now.
20 what?
Goals and assists.
Goals and assists. Oh,
yeah. Well, like 12 and 8. What was it?
I heard 20 assists. I said, yo.
Yeah, I had 20 assists. I said, what?
No, 20 goals and assists since he's come.
What?
Fair enough.
20?
Yeah, 20.
Whoa. Since February.
Since February.
That's phenomenal. Yeah, even if it's like 10-10 or 15-5.
Wait, what goal did he?
Brilliant.
What goal did he assist today?
He scored
the first one.
The first one.
Yeah, right.
Which was a naughty goal. Naughty goal. He
did really well. He did really well. I mean, Palace should have had a penalty, so I'm not trying to hear it. But yeah, cool.
Yeah, quarantine.
What do you man think of Palace, bro? Defeats in a row. Do you reckon that you know every season? I don't know if you don't pay attention to this stuff, but every season you watch a team like do something that's a bit like flaky, like Palace having a flaky end, right? Whereas it looked kind of promising in terms of European football. Do you think next season they're gonna be the next Bournemouth that we talk about? Because I fear for them.
No.
If Zaha stays there another season, I'll be shocked.
Yeah, I agree on that front. I think Zaha is like one of the main, like their big player. But if Palace win like any of their next two games, they're gonna. I heard a stat today. They're gonna finish on their highest points tally ever in the Premier League, and I think they've got a good side. Like Zaha is the only like attacking threat, and I think in the front three is where they're lacking. But the midfield and the defense, I looked at them today and I said, "Rah, these guys are actually decent ballers. They're good Premier League ballers. You know what I mean? You've got players like MacArthur, like Gary Cahill, like those players that are not like you're not going to get hospital defending. You're not going to get immaturity from those players. They lack the quality to be up there with the top six teams, but I feel like they've got what it takes to stay in the league." What do you guys think?
I don't think Crystal Palace is going down anytime soon.
I worry for them next season. I definitely because
they need a Zaha replacement.
Facts.
But the thing is, they don't score goals. I mean, they scored his 10th in the league, right? Yeah. And if Zaha's gone, what else do they have?
Yeah,
like, I know you said they don't defend, like they're not hospital defenders, but at the same time, blood, like this is what you see from that kind of club where all of a sudden it becomes a slippery surface for them.
I hear you, but if they are to get rid of Zaha, you would hope they would get a substantial fee from that and be able to bring in someone who can score goals. Maybe not in the same way as Zaha, not like a dribbly player, but just a guy, maybe a target man, a finisher that they can play through.
Yeah, let's be honest. When have Palace done a good signing ever in your history? When do you know Palace made a good signing? No disrespect to them. Obviously,
they've been there for what, 6 years? 6-7 years?
What, in the league?
Yeah.
I'd say... Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you're right. Yeah, but probably 6 years. I'll check that. But yeah, I think you're probably right.
I think that the last major signing that I can only remember that was above 30 mil was Benteke, and he's not done great.
Yeah, so, terrible. Yeah. They also signed Sorloth, who is on loan, and he's what I remember.
That was
that Zorloff one was hilarious because he scored more goals than Palace have this season.
Yeah, but you know he's playing in a different league, so you know how much does that really mean? Go on, Adrian.
So, but I was just going to say, I think Peter raises an interesting point because Palace were like my dark horses to go down the season. And that's purely because I looked at the strikers and I thought to myself, Ayew doesn't score goals, and Teke doesn't score goals. Connor Wickham sure as hell doesn't score goals. So I genuinely couldn't see where Crystal Palace were going to score goals. All of a sudden, Ayew stepped up to the plate, credit to him. I thought Zaha's head would be turned. I don't know. Like, whilst Palace have done well, I'm of the opinion that they need major investment because it doesn't look sustainable. Like, I know they've got a decent enough defense, but I do worry for them. Okay.
I'd say that my only hope, and the reason why I didn't think Palace will go down this year, and I think if they do survive, my thing will be that Roy Hodgson is such an underrated manager. Yeah. I feel like his stint at England, ended a bit bad, but when you think about him, and the guy, like, people need to put respect on Hodgson's name. I think he's a sick guy, bro. But what's it called? Yeah, I think that's the only reason they stay up. And I think that he signed a 2-year deal or something, like a 1-year deal at Palace. So. I'd put it down to him being able to coach this team because he coached them well, man.
I also look at it like this: there's West Ham, there's Watford, and there's Brighton as well, who are worse than Crystal Palace. So that's what I'm saying. They've still got a couple of years on the foot. And who's coming up? Currently, we can say Leeds and possibly Brentford. Yeah, I think Crystal Palace will be all right anytime soon.
I don't know. Do you feel like they're in that Stoke phase wherein it's like what they need is a gung-ho summer. Let's go and get players, some quality players, so we can start the challenge for Europe. Whereas if we don't, all of a sudden, we're finishing out 3 years in a row. Now we're just going to have a horrible off-season 1 year, and our work is down the drain. I don't know. I get that feeling, that impression about Palace. I don't know if I'm bugging.
And that's exactly why I brought it up, because Stoke went down out of nowhere. Do you know what I'm saying? Out of nowhere, those 9 places you're talking about, then they just dropped. Southampton were also the same. Southampton were in top 6, top 7, and then all of a sudden survived relegation, I think last year or the year before. You know, sacking managers, sacking guys. So, and Sunderland were finishing at 1.7, 8th, 9th, and all of a sudden they dropped like a stone. And I just look at Palace and I think they've not moved forward since they've come here. I mean, yeah, okay, they've avoided relegation. Let me not be that harsh. But they've been here, 6 years? And maybe 4 or 5 out of those 6 years, it's been about surviving relegation. That's weird.
We got a couple more comments. Man United till I die said VAR is way too inconsistent and subjective on one hand. Lindelof does get the ball before the foot of Zaha, but on the other hand, Lindelof was clearly trying to make a tackle. Or wasn't clearly trying to make a tackle. I disagree. I think he got ball and man.
No, he clipped him. He clearly clipped him in the box.
And I think if that happens anywhere else on the pitch, that's a free kick. It's a free kick anywhere else, no question. But in the box, they didn't want to give the pen.
That's what I don't like about the rules in football. Where it's located, all of a sudden changes the outcome, which is pathetic.
Yeah,
crazy.
Pathetic. And then
another comment.
Go on.
No, we got another. Go, Pierre, go.
Man.
I was just saying that I was listening on the radio that they were saying that the Zaha off he scored the goal for Palace today that got ruled out. Ayew, like what was it? His boot was offside or something like that. They were saying that this was humanly drawn. Like it weren't even like a case of there's a computer that's generating these lines. That apparently all these VAR lines are human drawn based, and it's like again you're relying on human error in order to make the correct decision. That's according to 5 Live. Now, however true that is, I don't know. I'm not Stockley in it.
I've seen it on thing. Who was doing? What game was it? I saw it on Sky Sports, but the guy moves the line, bro. So when VAR, what they do when they see offside, they move. I was the Arsenal one, Arsenal Leicester. If you watch the coverage again, you see them moving the line to see if Vardy's offside. Then I don't know what they were doing. Some kiki haga.
Even today, the line moved bare times. I'm thinking, what are they doing? Like it took a few minutes for them to figure out whether he was onside or off.
Trying to get the last part.
It's funny. We got two. We got 2 comments here that seem to be going at each other. So Boss Like Endo has said, all this United gas for them to still be 5th, LOL. And then Man United till I die has responded and said, fam, Boss Like, United are level on points with 4th and 1 point off 3rd, But yeah, I don't want to get too arrogant because anything could happen.
I
We're
don't
not
think
AFTV.
I don't think. Okay, that's fine first of all, but I don't think I've come off as gas or anything. I just said, listen, I want Champions League and that's it. 6 points and all that stuff. I don't think there's no point to get gassed. This is not a great season. We're trying to get into the Champions League and we're trying to prove ourselves. If we get there, now it just all depends on what we do in the transfer window. We need 4 players. If we get those 4 players, then right, cool. We need to challenge for the league at the very minimum. And if we don't, we fail. We have to look at what happened and we'll discuss from there. There's nothing about being gassed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I think he meant all this United gas, as in from January till now, since Bruno's come in, you lot have just been on a mad run, winning game after game after game after game. So it feels like, no, it just feels like you should be higher based on the momentum. But it really shows how far back United were come the turn of the year.
True, I hear that, but there's nothing to be gassed about.
We move on to
and I said that. I said that the last Premier League. I said it.
So when it mattered, they bottled it against Southampton.
I said it the whole pod last game. I was like, guys, I know my team.
Yeah. In fairness to Robin, man, I've never seen Robin this squeaky. The thing is, the game against Leicester, last game of the season, my goodness.
I can't.
My goodness.
It's a cup final.
Like, if Leicester win their midweek game, whoever it is, and then I think it's Spurs, right? And then United beat West Ham. Like, the nerves that must be in Man United's system.
Not just
must
that.
Be...
If us, Chelsea, and Leicester all win, that day is going to be insane because there's also Wolves, because Wolves is fighting for a Europa League spot as well.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong. If Chelsea, correct me if I'm wrong. If Chelsea beat Liverpool, which is unlikely, but if we do,
I think we secure top 4 then.
We secure top 4 then, isn't it?
I think.
Oh no, because if we lose, if we lose and then you lot both draw, you have better goal difference than us.
Yeah.
So no, we can't even do that. So,
yay, mad things.
Like I said,
it's a magazine, bro. It's a magazine.
That's what I'm saying. Now you see that, I'm thinking, I can't think about Sunday, guys. I can't.
It's tight. It's tight.
Yeah,
Sunday is a nice trip in the sun to Wembley. I get it. But we'll move on. One more thing. De Gea, you done a good job today. That's all I wanted to say.
Should still be dropped, but yeah, I'll give you that.
Arsenal, I can go to bed, please.
Yeah, let's move on, bro.
Let's move on.
Yeah,
because apparently it's time to play the game. Apparently,
it's time to play the game.
It's time to play the game. That's right. Arsenal 2, rotted. Oscar bounce. Liverpool 1. Yeah. Family treat. David, talk to me, blood. What happened there?
Like, I watched the game, yeah. Honestly, I was just like, Liverpool had mares, bro. Let's not lie, bro. Liverpool are just. Let me, to be honest, Van Dijk had a mare. Who scored the second? Alisson had a mare.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'll take it, but it's like, I know that was the serious Liverpool. Like,
and the thing is, as well, like, Liverpool were.
Trent wasn't on smoke. Robertson was just all over the gaff. Salah, he was just Liverpool, not serious, bruv.
The thing is, it's so mad because in the beginning, I see like Arsenal trying to like have the ball as much as they could. Liverpool then getting onto it. Martinez then kicks the ball. It hits Firmino, and it hits the post. And I thought, oh, here we go. I thought, oh no. Let's not go through this again. Because if Firmino loves scoring against Arsenal, even if it does come off his rear, like it's them ones like he could score any type of goal. When Mane scored, you thought, okay, the floodgates are coming. Because it was one of those, not again. You know what I'm saying? Poor. You got David Luiz and Rob Holding, and they're doing it like Holding and Mane had beef like all game. Like these men were at each other's necks all game. When Mane's goal went in, I thought, okay. It was a textbook, and Liverpool dominated the ball. They had all the chances. I mean, I was amazed. Because the thing is, in the second half, I can't lie. Yeah, yes, I had to play Triple H's music because I had to let the players know Wagwan, what's at stake. Yeah? Let them know what that is. But it was one of them ones, like, you thought, nah, this is too long. 45 minutes to hold a 2-1 lead against Liverpool is far too long. And the ball, I saw none of the ball in the North Bank end. None of it. I saw not. My head was focused, was so right turned, I had neck pain in the car going home. I swear to you. I was in the car and I was like, ooh, now I can look left. It's been a long minute. You know, it's been a minute, man. Because that ball just stayed down there. That ball just stayed down there. And it's like, the ball's going into Salah, it's going into Mane. These men are not finishing. They brought on Origi, they brought on Shaqiri, Minamino, they brought on all the guns, yeah? And I'm sitting there like, yo, if we... And then it got to the 81st minute, I thought, bro, we might actually hold on here. Like, oh, snap. This is... Because that second half took like a day to get over. Because it was just peppery. But yeah, it was. I don't know about you, David. Yeah, but like the Tottenham game where 2 mistakes from us gave them the win.
Yeah.
Did it feel like that to you in reverse?
Yeah. I think Liverpool, like the way, because it was Van Dijk in it, I just think it was just a shock to everyone. It's like, even you saw, he was just like, huh? What's going on there, man? And so I think like, and from there it was just obviously they had the ball, but it was just Higgy Hagger, bro. They weren't scoring that night. They weren't scoring.
I described it as unexpectedly pleasant from Arsenal. Like,
but we didn't do much though.
I don't feel like we did anything. To be fair.
I feel like you guys played well, honestly. I didn't do anything different from the Tottenham game, if that makes sense.
Liverpool had
the only difference is that Liverpool are a controlling team. They always have possession, all that was, and their firing routes were just all over the place, followed by 2 errors. But I saw the same Arsenal that I saw at Tottenham.
Errors. Oh, that's unfair. That's unfair, Robin.
I don't think it's unfair because I also thought Arsenal played good at the Tottenham game. It's just they were just downplayed by the
but Arsenal didn't play good against Liverpool though. Like, as in, not that they played bad. It's just they were nothing. Like in the Tottenham game, they had most of the possession. They were trying to create things, and it was just a bit weak. Against Liverpool, like once they went 2-1 up, Liverpool had the ball for the whole game.
I can't remember who had the final chance, but it could have been possibly 3-1 up as well.
We got a couple of comments here. Bosslat Endo says, "Big up Arsenal, even though they barely did anything, they got the W and they defended well. I told you, man. We're on holiday, no record this season. Just another team who's won the league. Disappointed." And then Man United said,
"Just another."
We'll get to that in a second. We'll get to that in a second. Man United till I die says, "Can I just say, 24 shots to 3. It was like watching FIFA career mode. Virgil van Dijk did a proper David Luiz, but that's football. What a goal by Lacazette, by the way. Jeez,
like a black cat. Are you dumb, bruv? I just add, yeah. There's an issue I have with our midfield, yeah. When Aubameyang come on, yeah, there's a run that he made, bro. Man refused to give the ball. And it's not the first time I've done this.
Correct.
Multiple games, counter-attack, the guy has passed it in midfield, the guy is gone. I don't know if it was
Man City away. It was from game 1, Man City away.
The guy was gone. Whoever it was, Ceballos did not play the ball. I was pissed. This is the third time I've seen Aubameyang do it, and the ball doesn't. Hence why I say Ozil needs to be in this team, bro.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Ozil sees.
I know what you mean.
3 games, Man City game, the ball. I'm just like, you guys practice this in training, and you were talking about this the other pod. They put up these quick. Do it in the game, bruv. The guy was.
It's mad. The thing is, it's mad because with Ozil, yeah, he would have seen the run before even Aubameyang thinks about the run. The ball would have been there. The ball would have just. If you didn't get there, it was your fault. But what's it called? I want to get Agent on this year real quick. But what's it called? It's interesting, David, what you're saying, because Robin, I must admit, at the Emirates, blood, Aston having less than 30% possession at the Emirates. When you come to the Emirates, it doesn't matter who you are. You don't get the ball. But Liverpool were playing. It was like we were at Anfield. It was legit. We were just watertight at the back enough that we would. You know what I'm saying? That we didn't. Like, look, if you don't make mistakes, yeah, Arsenal can get a few 2-1 victories all over the gaff. Do you get what I'm saying? But how many times where we're not saying Arsenal play bad, but silly mistakes, individual errors are costing man the game, blood. You get what I'm saying? So we just took out our errors. Liverpool gave us their errors, and it was just the top game in reverse. Literally. Big up Arsenal. Adrian, Liverpool, man, what is happening over there, man? What's going on mentally? I mean, I don't know if you lot saw Jurgen Klopp's face when the second one was oh my god. Man, yeah. Even I was, yeah. Honestly, how strong is the Moet? The team, they got the Mo, they got the JD. There's a Jaeger bomb in there for size. I thought Salah don't drink. I thought Salah and Mane are Muslim. Like, what on? Them man have been on the yak, cuz.
I hear that, man.
Hey, Adrian, before you go, yeah, man, them, all the listeners, I'm shattered, bruv. I'm snoozing out here. Hey, I'm out, but I got work in the morning.
David. Okay, quickly, David. Quickly.
Quick.
FA Cup final, yes or no?
Listen, I'll take it in here, yeah. Let me. No.
Are we winning? Are we winning Saturday? Is what I'm saying. Are we winning on Saturday?
We got my. Yeah. Listen, if we got holding, do you know what? Yeah, if we got holding defense, bro, I think we can do a thing, bro.
Before you go, can we talk about Pep very quickly and the crud that he bought?
Wait.
He's coming for you guys.
He knocked on the door and said, "Mr. Wenger." Wow.
He came for
He came for everyone.
He didn't come for nobody, man. He was defending his game.
He came for United. He came for Liverpool. It was like, oh, so these guys can spend all the money. He literally said, "I'm going to spend my money, and there's a damn thing you can do about it." That's what he said.
He was in his Zoom background.
Bad.
Bro, you know Pep's the man there that knows his rights, blood. You don't know what he knows what he can do. I said, you can't arrest me. You can't arrest me, blood. You know what I'm saying?
Man got them dirhams behind me, cuz. Are you dumb, bro? Are you man?
It's one of them ones, yeah. It rattled him, blood. It's rattled him for months. This thing has really rattled him. And now that it's come back with, and UEFA got egg on their face, blood. The guy is drawing out the leg. So is this how you meant to do it in England? Is this how it's done? Okay, yeah. I'm coming. You know, and next season, watch it. Next season, yeah, 100 points again, yeah, and they'll say, "What? Take my title. Take my title from me now." Oh, mate, them man are on fire. By the way, Liverpool, Adrian, yeah. When you see what's going on the pitch, and when you're seeing what's going on Man City side of the field, cuz. This is not a thing to be playing with, bro.
Yeah, what's going on?
Fam, they're coming with the leg back.
They're coming.
Man got the coming.
Hey,
we're here, bro. Man, we're still here.
Are you mad?
You know, Man City. You know, since the break here, Man City have had nothing to play for, but they're giving teams 5, 4, 3, giving Liverpool the business. They are here caning teams for a reason.
You know,
wait, hold on. Haven't City lost twice since the break?
Yeah, there we go.
So they've won 5.
That's the same as Liverpool, though. Liverpool lost twice.
Blood. Have you seen Liverpool's football compared to Man City? Are you really doing this? Don't squint your eyes, blood. Have you seen Man City?
Why are you shouting? They both lost twice.
Have you? Oh, is that what all we're doing? Just results? Is that all we're doing? I thought we talk on the podcast about everything. I thought we talk about everything on the pod. My bad. Sorry. Man City and Liverpool are the same, guys. Since we've returned, they're the same. My bad.
I'm not saying they're the same.
26 points.
And I'm exactly.
I'm not saying they're the same, but let's.
We're 26 points clear.
I hear that, blood, but you know, Adrian, blood, you of all people, blood. You know what I'm saying,
bruv? Look over your shoulder. That's what I'm saying to you.
Tell them.
Hey, let Liverpool come with the dollars. Yeah, the dirhams are coming for you, fam. Don't worry, bro.
The dirhams, bro.
Enjoy, bro. The dirhams are coming out, bro.
Bro, pay attention to what is happening since the break, bro. I know City got their league. Yeah, City, blood. Man, I'm going like City have been on a beach show tonight. They've come out here slapping guys up. slapping teams. Yes, when they play Southampton, what do? They batter the door. When they played Chelsea, fair enough, they played against a big team at Stamford Bridge, lost the game. I'm not saying Man City are unbeatable, but Liverpool have been nothing but like they've not been anything like City. Why are we doing this? They lost to Burnley. So what are you talking about, Oscar? Then, man, about
you're not listening. You're not listening to anything I've said.
What am I saying?
Hear what I'm saying. Yeah, Man City have lost 2 games. Yeah, how many games have we had since the restart? We've had about.
They've had like 7.
We've had like 7, and they've lost 2.
Liverpool have 3 wins, and City have 5.
Hear me out. City have kept almost the same form that they had before the restart. They're losing silly games, whereas Liverpool have clearly taken their foot off the gas since the title has been won. And yes, they're playing their best players, but for some reason these guys ain't motivated. The City game completely out of character. They got smoked. And yesterday was unfortunate, very similar to the Man City Southampton game. Was just an unfortunate game where they knocked on the door and the door didn't come down. So City, what Pep's talk in the media yesterday and all that. Pep knows there's work to be done because next season they have to be a lot better than they were this season.
But I'm saying, have you seen their work, blood? I'm talking about that. Look at their wins, blood. Look at the work, cuz.
Adrian said it's nothing new.
The dirhams are coming. Don't worry, Pete.
Dirhams are coming.
David, don't worry.
Arab money is coming.
Robin, David, don't worry. We'll come back next year. Don't worry. We'll be back next year. We'll be back next year.
Okay.
Are you game? Fam, I don't even know what's gonna happen yet.
I can't lie. You man.
When's
If
the game?
Pep is on this crud still,
Huh?
When's the game?
It's on Saturday. Wembley.
Hey,
3-0
I'm that big
minimum.
blood. And
Here's the thing about Arsenal, you cannot predict a damn thing.
This is what I'm saying.
Can't. Because I thought we were gonna get shellacked on Wednesday night, and we didn't.
Fam, 3 at the back, park the bus, hit them on the counter attack, bro.
6 at the back. It's a back 6, bro.
What? You're trying to go to penalties straight?
Oh, great. Just give me the penalty shootout, blood.
Please, see, I'm gonna come forward, bro. So, fam, boom, hit them. Benjamin Mendy, we need to get at him, blood.
Just send the ball there. Send the ball there.
I need to see a Aubameyang and thing on that wing, bro.
Hard.
Fam, just send them. Carl Walker, yeah, beautiful. Carl Walker's gonna be back. Oi, counter attack, bro. And then we win the game. Wembley.
Hey, you're done now, David. You're done now.
We got a couple of comments. Just before you go, David, Boss Like Endo said David is too road.
I'm out, people. Save.
Peace. Straight up and down, cuz.
Other comments. We also got Liverpool have 3 wins and City have 5. That's just pertaining to what we were saying earlier. Liverpool ain't winning the league next year. Most overrated champions, in my opinion.
Ooh, shall we talk?
Now we discuss about this.
What's there to discuss, man?
This is preposterous, honestly.
Yeah, it's pathetic. Adrian, I'm with you.
What is there to discuss? Go on,
Adrian, it's pathetic. I'm with you.
Adrian, Robin, Oscar, I want to ask you a question, blood, yeah? If Liverpool, like, say, for example, they lose to Chelsea, let's just say, right? But what's your last game, Liverpool?
Newcastle away.
Newcastle, right? So they beat Newcastle, right? They finish on what, 96 points? Let's say 97 in case they get a draw at Stamford Bridge, right? Or, sorry, against Chelsea, not at Stamford Bridge. Is it better than the Centurion? Is it better than Chelsea's Conte? Is it better than the unbeaten season? The treble?
No.
Guys,
When
wait,
you look
wait.
at
Sorry, Peter, can I just interrupt you really quickly? Because there's someone who has a lot to say about Liverpool's title season, and he wants to come in, and his name is Ernest. He picked his moment.
It's time.
He was waiting in the wings.
Quick sub.
With Liverpool's title, blood, yeah, and you look at all the man that have won the league, yeah. I looked to Chelsea's 30 wins. I looked to Chelsea's 2005. I looked to Arsenal's unbeaten run. I looked to Man United's treble rather.
And a double.
I mean, we can do that. We can throw that in there if you like.
And the double.
We can talk about Man City Centurions, and then you talk about what's his name? Klopp's, right? Klopp's won how many games? 30 games this season. The last 2 seasons have been won by Man City 32 games each. Yeah. Where do you rank this Liverpool title-winning team?
Not in the top
A
5.
multiple champion.
No, it's not. It's not top
It's not
five.
in the top 5.
When you look at it holistically, like let's say if you're gonna tier it, you put Invincibles, Centurions, Chelsea 04, United 08, and United 99. Those are the
Whoa.
5 that you would say.
Was United 99 more points than this Liverpool team?
No, far less. But they won a treble.
I hear that. It's a better team, but is it a better Premier League title campaign?
No, but you have to. It's a better season. You have to factor in everything.
Okay, fair enough.
And with Liverpool, I think the key for us to sort of immortalize ourselves is we have to do one thing better than one of those teams. We have to either get 100 points, we have to win a treble, win a double, or go invincible. So we did none of those things. So by virtue of that, we can't necessarily be talked about in the same ballpark as being one of the greatest Premier League winning sides in history because we haven't done anything great. We've been good.
Let me ask you, but let me ask you, is this not the biggest gap of a Premier League title win ever?
I mean,
and is that not something to vouch for?
I mean, but that's just indicative of that. That's then just be indicative of a crap league then.
Agreed.
Yes, man.
Nah,
a team points, and they're not even in the conversation.
No, because City got 100, so we lose that argument.
And City won the domestic clean. They cleaned it up.
Yeah,
they did, man. They did.
Because I think when people were talking about Liverpool being the best Premier League winning team ever, that was prior to the Watford game, where it was looking like Liverpool were, at that rate, potentially, they could have dropped 2 points all season. That was never what was going to happen. But on that trajectory, absolutely, you'll definitely put Liverpool's head in there. And then even after the Watford defeat, there's still the potential to win the Champions League. There's still the potential to amass the most of the points. We failed to do it, and ultimately, in the cold light of day, you have to say that great side, but couldn't get over the line. But that's okay, in my opinion. It's all right.
Right, so the gap between you guys, Liverpool and Man City, I'm seeing Boss like Endosco saying it's 18 points.
Well, he said City have closed the gap. It's now 18, whereas City won it by 19 before.
See, I was trying to hang on. I was trying to give Liverpool some juice. Even that they've lost.
Boss like Endo also said we could potentially have less points than last season. It's pathetic. I mean, is it pathetic?
League title.
Look, do you think it's just a regular league title then? Is that what you man are saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No.
Not regular. Regular's harsh. It's very good.
Exactly. It's not a regular league season.
Yeah, but most league seasons are very good.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
No, most don't get 99 points.
Yeah. No, it's very good. Very good.
It's an insanely good Premier League season, but the reason why I've just seen Real Deal. Shout out to Real Deal, and I'm usually not one to factor in other trophies, but if we're going to talk about how great Liverpool is, the only thing that separates a lot of the great teams is what they've won externally, because otherwise we could include Leicester, because the variables that were against Leicester make it a greater win, but I'm not putting Leicester there because Liverpool have done a madness. But that's also the same reason why when you watch stuff like Premier League years, they include Wayne Bridges' goal against Arsenal. Because it's like, no, you did the invincible thing, but a lot of stuff that surrounded your season was a lot of it was external. So yes, in the Premier League, we can look at just domestics, but the great Premier League sides that have won the Premier League have all won the Premier League, obviously. What separates them from being the best is one won the triple, one won invincible, the other one won the double, the other one conceded 15 or 14 goals, lost one game, flipping, and then like you're looking at Man City with the Centurions who clean the domestic league, because ultimately everyone's won the league. What separates you is the question. Liverpool this season have been exceptional. Like, there's no amount of hate you can send them. There's no amount of like anger you can send their way. They cleaned up the league this year. Unfortunately, they've met Ismail Assar. They've met Man City's 4-0. And those things have stopped them from making a bigger impact in terms of their historic legacy. 30 years of no league title to finally win it. Salute. Like, I can't chat to them. But what separates you from the rest? You've lost Atletico Madrid, whereas City went further in other trophies, lost to Aston Villa. So, unfortunately, real deal, we have to include that. We have to include what they've done externally. Because that's how every other Premier League team has been assessed.
Interesting.
We got a few more comments. Man United Till I Die said Liverpool have played everyone off the park this season, but rest of the teams have awful. That's true. Boss like Endo also said one of the worst PL seasons ever. Let's be real. United, Spurs, Arsenal, Chelsea have their worst squads in a long time. Let's see next season when everyone strengthens. I'm not getting too gassed.
I disagree with that because last season we got, well, when we battled with Man City, we got 97 points. Also, saying the facts that, we've won the Champions League. We got to a Champions League final the year before that. We've won, other cups, i.e., Cup World Championship, Super Cup. So, bro, I think this is a fantastic Liverpool side, irrespective of the quality of the league. Like, this Liverpool side is a great Liverpool side in the own right.
100%, I agree. Do you think now winning the Premier League title, because when I think about it now, Liverpool have 30 wins this year. City had 2 wins the last 2 years. Chelsea had 30 wins the year before that. Is 30 the mark to win a league now? 30 games? Considering let's say you won, I think, on 23 wins. Something silly like that.
It wouldn't have needed to be the mark this season. Like, they didn't need 30 this season.
Liverpool.
No,
what I'm saying is, if you're not Liverpool, you needed at least 30 to have a conversation.
Yeah.
To even have a conversation. Like last year, I'm going to assume when Liverpool got 97, how many wins? I don't know if you can remember. Liverpool, Adrian.
It was definitely at least 30. I think it was like 31.
Imagine winning 30 games and not winning the league. I mean, that stuff hurts. That burns.
I think it was 30.
You know what I'm saying? Like before, and Conte, I never heard 30 wins in a season. Like, what was that?
Was that a record at that time? No one else had done that before.
100%. But 30 wins.
And then it just became the norm.
30 wins to win it. Oh, man. And now it's become anything less, you're not winning it. That is insane. Bro, that's what we call raising the bar, changing the game and stuff like that. It's things like that where you think Leicester won it on 23. Man United have done it on 26. Arsenal won it 26. Teams have done 25, 27. Like, blood, that is madness. That is all mad.
Is it indicative of the fact that City and Liverpool have just made a chasm between them and the rest of the league in terms of the league isn't as level as it used to be because there's like 4 different competitions going on in the same league. There's relegation battle, and then there's those who are just comfy. Then there's the Europa League dons. Then there's the Champions League fighting teams. Then it's Man City and Liverpool. Yeah. But I feel like the top 2 teams have benefited highly, of having 2 of the best coaches of the last decade. And I think Klopp has recruited exceptionally well. Pep has oil money. I don't know if I've touched on UEFA just yet, but what's it called? Like Pep's, because I want to get onto that brother because he's a bit of a waste man still. But I'm so sorry. Like he sounded like he when a ventriloquist has his hand up the puppet's bum and that. That's what he sounded like. I was like, nah, this guy's taking a piss. Right. You can't send for Wenger's name. You can't send for Wenger's name.
Did he send for him though?
Yeah.
I didn't hear it. I didn't take it as a send. I heard it. I didn't take it as a send.
What's he on? Anyway, like we're gonna get onto him, but like he,
Do you know what I was gonna say to your point there in terms of what you've been making in terms of with Liverpool and Man City? I think there's also another thing that's so common that I don't think like it's you shouldn't be taken for granted is that the union between board and manager is so unreal. I mean, when you watch All or Nothing and you see the board and Pep, it's demonic almost, right? And then when you see Liverpool, since they've come, since Klopp came in, the one thing that was made very clear, I think they recruited one guy who became the technical director. I forgot his name. His name escapes me.
Michael Edwards.
Michael Edwards, that's the one.
Okay.
It's like them two are like best friends. That there's like a synergy between those two, and they have the same ambition, same thing in mind. And I feel like when you look at the other clubs, it's no wonder why things don't seem straight as an iron. It's like, at Man United, it's like, do we want sporting director? Do we not? What manager do we want to go for? Is it going to be a full-term contract for Solskjaer? No, we're not going to do it. But then we give him the deal. Do we give him the money to spend? You then go to Chelsea, where it's like the manager and the owner don't seem to even have never spoken before, ever, only through emails. And then like the Arsenal one is forever trying to change and restructure. Tottenham don't really know what they're after because they don't want to spend money, but they recruit Mourinho. Things just don't make sense in other clubs. Whereas at Manchester City and Liverpool, it's flat as an iron.
Mm-hmm. And then Peter, you even made a fantastic point by mentioning Michael Edwards, because that lack of synergy was what was costing Liverpool. And a prime example was those. So Michael Edwards wanted Roberto Firmino, Brendan Rodgers wanted Christian Benteke. They couldn't decide. I want my guy. So what ended up happening? Liverpool went up and signed both of them.
And Adrian, correct me if I'm wrong. Before that was Ian Ayre.
Ian Ayre was a joker. He's still chasing after Alex Teixeira. Man was all over Shakhtar Donetsk. He's like, he's gonna get this guy. He ended up in China.
And he was the one that, because I'll never forget that Being Liverpool documentary, one of the most underrated documentaries I've ever watched. It was too sick, but he was like responsible for like Jay Spearings, Voronins, all them man there. And the thing is, when you watch the documentary, like I think it came out in like 2012, 13. Me being naive, I'm thinking, wow, this guy must know what he's doing. Looking at Martin Edwards, you're like, nah, he's the real deal. He knows what he's doing.
He's the real deal for sure, man. I mean, like you say, I mean, you just look at that history of Liverpool, you just think, Mike, how are they here? How have they got here? Because they were in such a pit of hell that to get here, my days.
And they deserve it.
Just before we get on to Pep Guardiola, we got a couple more comments. Man United till I die said, oh yeah, good point. Liverpool got 97 points against a decent PL and would have won the league this year. All right, cool. I didn't really understand that, but cool.
The point I was talking about earlier, because the comment I think beforehand was that I think he made the point that it's been whack teams. Chelsea's team ain't great. Arsenal, blah, blah. And then Adrian makes the point about 97 points, and then I think he's sort of saying, "Fair play to you. That's a good point," kind of thing.
When he said against a decent PL, I was like, "What does that mean?" But yeah, fair enough.
A decent Premier
Yeah, fair. I get it now. Boss like Endo, we've conceded 29 goals and lost 3 games. It's not as great as it was pre-COVID. We've dropped 5 points in the last 2 games. We've dropped 5 in the first 29. Shaking my head, complacency FC. And we also got another one from Boss Light Endo before we get on to the next one. Talent-wise, as in player for player, Liverpool ain't that great. Without Klopp, a lot of these players would be exposed. Without the crowd, we don't perform. Boss Light.
That's football, bro. Like Jurgen Klopp has developed a system that's hidden his players' deficiencies. That's football management. Now, all of us on this podcast know Trent Alexander-Arnold isn't a fantastic defender. He's not. What does he have? He's got a wonderful right peg. And Jurgen Klopp has developed a system that allows Trent Alexander-Arnold to influence the game in a way wherein, guess what? Champions League final 1 year, Champions League winner the next, 7 points 1 year, Premier League winner the next. So I think it's incredibly harsh to say that this Liverpool side isn't great. We've got 2 20-goal season strikers. We've got a top-class, world-class, phenomenal centre-half, Virgil van Dijk. Got another top-class goalkeeper, Alisson. Andy Robertson, one of the best left-backs in the world. Joe Gomez is a promising right-back, centre-half. And then our midfield, not the best midfield in the world, but it's functional, it does its job, and it allows all the other components in the side to work.
Yo, can you loan us Virgil van Dijk? How much will it cost, bro?
If you want his left foot, like 90 more. Just for the left foot.
Oh man, what I would do for a Van Dijk at Arsenal, man. I don't
Real deal said, this is all Guardiola's fault. Guys just took City to a different height, man. He's too good, man. Yeah,
Wow.
that's
Yeah.
the level that we're at. Liverpool had to match Guardiola, so yeah.
So what on then? So what's this whole thing of like, the whole Guardiola beef? Like, I didn't take it as negative as the backlash came, but I want to know what your opinions are. Why you think, for example, Ernest, why you want to get onto him?
Because I think it's awfully disrespectful to bring up Wenger's name in light of his critique of FFP, and then say in that Wenger spent money. Bro, you spent 50 million on a right back who you bench.
Fam.
Don't ever in your life disrespect Wenger like that. Should we count how many 50 million purchases they've made?
In the defense alone.
No, we haven't even touched midfield. John Stones.
Why was there a disrespect to Wenger in your opinion?
Because Wenger essentially was saying that FFP makes no sense. He said it in 2015.
Correct.
People made him look like he was the mad guy, like he was crazy. And now you saw Khaldoon, who is my flipping guy. Salute to Khaldoon. The guy walked freeway for offices with 50 man, all different races. You know when God put like 2 types of each animal on the ark? It was 2 by 2 different lawyers, from flipping Suits to flipping How to Get Away with Murder to Claire Huxtable. All types of lawyers. This was fried rice, jollof rice, flipping chow mein. They had the bag behind them. Yeah, some of them lawyers, I'm sure, were getting paid 40 racks an hour or something, because the lies they told UEFA for UEFA to say, not only are we gonna let you off, just pay just a tenner. Then you come out and say, because guys, let's be honest, 10 million will not get you a decent championship player right now. Jude Bellingham has gone to Dortmund for what, 30 M's?
25 billion pounds, 30 million euros.
And you have been investigating City since 2016, which coincidentally is the year that Pep Guardiola joined Man City. So you come out and say, because like City have a history, because there was a lot of negative press that came with the the DVD thing that came out on Amazon Prime, All or Nothing. That there was a lot City did not allow to get filmed because there was civil rights issues going on in Saudi in regards to like cheap labor that they used to employ to make Man City and the Etihad enterprise what it is today. So now you're sitting there as Pep Guardiola. There's one thing admitting that you're not who you are without the players you signed. That's fair. Pep has always had a bag. Always had a bag. That's fine. I ain't with that. But do not in your life bring Arsene Wenger and Alex Ferguson's name in the conversation when John Stones can't even start for you ahead of Otamendi and he costs £50 million. Kyle Walker, 50 million. João Cancelo, 50 million. Benjamin Mendy, 50 million. Let's not do this. I mean, don't ever in your life take the piss like that.
But in truth, though, Wenger did spend.
Did Wenger spend 50 million?
No, but we've spoken about Arsenal's transfers, right, in the last like 5 years, and it's in the 300-400 millions when you talk expenditure.
Should we talk about City's expenditure in the last 2 seasons?
They make more money than Arsenal, so they would spend. If they spent more, it's no surprise to me.
No. What I'm saying is, when he's talking about expenditure in the context that it's the same across the board.
No, but he's talking about the legality of that expenditure, not the value.
But no one is saying that it was illegal.
Well, UEFA banned
them. What they were being investigated for was not legalities of expenditure. It was illegally signing youngsters.
Nah, not Man City.
Man City was that legally signing youngsters alongside
the initial investigation is for signing youngsters illegally.
Yeah, that was the initial.
Was that not Chelsea's one? That's why they got their.
The
Man City had was that they inflated what their sponsorship deals were. which enabled them to spend the money they could spend.
That wasn't the initial investigation in 2016. This has been ongoing with them and PSG for the last 4 seasons. What it has turned into is another one that we can debate, because the research I did, I think it was 2018. I was like, bro, they keep saying that City are going to get banned. This has been going on for time, guys. And then all of a sudden, apparently they said, because I think
who are they buying illegally?
I don't know who the players were, if I'm being honest, but they said they were all youngsters. But I think I read, was it from James Ducker or Henry Winter, that said, I think a year ago, they said that the difference between Chelsea and City is that Chelsea refused to admit that they'd done it. City were open to investigations, which is why Chelsea paid. Chelsea had to go through the 1-year ban, but City has been prolonged because somewhere, in some toilet somewhere, there's a brown paper bag that was exchanged somewhere. That is why this investigation has been going on for so long and nothing has come of it. On top of that, now you actually have to pay them 10 million pounds or euros or whatever. And that's why Jose's point made so much sense. If you're guilty, you get banned.
Yeah, real Jose said, if you're not guilty, why are you going to pay 10 million fines?
Why, yeah.
But you heard the reasoning for the 10 million. There was the reasoning.
It was Article 56, the one that they not breached, but they
it was the whole idea that they
circumvented. Yeah,
PSG like get fined 10 million in a year for this, because when it comes to, if we throw a case at you, City were like, we're not gonna cooperate with you here because you're not taking the mick out of us. You keep coming to us about X, Y, Z. We're not even going to show you any evidence. We're just going to take this to Cass. And so Cass said, look, you're being a pain in the backside with UEFA, and for that reason, we're going to conditionally charge you. Because it wasn't UEFA that charged them, it was Cass. So Cass charges them.
Cass charged them, but there was an official reason why they did.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. As it's the thing of, imagine like FFP knocks at Man United and says, yo, bruv, you man need to come to court with us next week. And you man say, nah, bun that. Come to court for what? We ain't breached nothing. You man are liars. And this whole thing of it being a hack, you know what I'm saying? It was a hacked email, but then Cass says there's no evidence. So City are sitting there thinking, look, and this is, I think this isn't the first time, of course, that it's become, that there's been, knocking on the door every single season, as you're saying, whereby they've just said, you know what, bun that, we're not even cooperating with you. Whereas with PSG, what's very twisted is that, what's my man's name? The Khalifa, whatever his name is, from PSG.
The chairman, yeah.
He's on the board at UEFA. So it's not even, talk about cooperation. Them man are like, it's like he turns up to the meeting in a PSG suit and then turns up in a UEFA suit the next week in order to, how do we sanction PSG for this situation? They managed to, like, you want to talk bizarreness. Loaning Mbappe for 200 million is one of the things that you have to say, okay, do you know what, UEFA, talk to us, please. What makes sense of this? Because it doesn't seem to make sense. Wenger always said that FFP was basically garbage. Really, it is. We discussed this last week, or on Monday, was it, on the pod, about what it really was. But the idea that, the thing with Wenger that I would say, do you know what goes against him, is that the guy shed loads of money. It's not like he didn't. We could say,
but did he though?
We've been through the shopping list about 3 times. Remember?
No. But obviously, that's expenditure. But for a long period of time, there's a period of time where Arsenal weren't spending money, and the reason that Gazidis and Wenger gave was that eventually they'll be better off in the long run once FFP kicks into play, which it never did in Wenger's.
I mean, we had a stadium to pay for as well. Don't forget, we weren't in a position to that cheese. Like in 2010 and 11, when we were like one of the richest clubs in football, we didn't mean you could spend, because we were spending elsewhere. If you spend on the stadium and then you spend on transfers, then you're breaching FFP. Like we would have made. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we didn't spend money ever. We spent money, but in different areas. Now you hear that Kroenke is now sort of remortgaged a loan for the stadium. So it's kind of paid off, but then it's like, basically, I'm just moving the money to somebody else, to another debtor who's giving me lower interest. It's very, very messy. Football finances are messy. They don't seem to make any sense, regardless of which way we slice it. There's been bare comments, bro. What one?
Bruv, man, them are fighting in the crowd.
The comments.
Man, them are fighting in the crowd. So, Boss Like Endo said, City have finished above United 7 seasons in a row, 8 of the last 9 seasons. Manchester is blue. These United fans are so salty. Just accept it. Sit down, quiet with your finger on your mouths. Wow. Then Man United I die hit back by saying we beat City 3 times this season, which is true. Boss Like Endo responded saying, "Where's that got you?" And then he said, "Man United." I said 5th. We're coming for City next season. Boss Like Endo then responded,
Wait. Who's coming for City? Who's coming for City?
Man United until I die says Man United are coming for City. Boss Like Endo says pathetic club, Varchester United. Man United till I die says oil money merchants.
Good banner. Good banner.
Like I said, they're just fighting. They're just fighting. I'll let them carry on.
I hear that. City, at least someone's making a rivalry out of that, so I rate it. Real deal said that's why it looks bad on these financial authorities, which the other managers are trying to say. But Guardiola sent for everyone. It's all a mess. So yeah, he agrees with Ernest on that. Guardiola was sending a shot.
I don't understand why you're mentioning other managers' names. Deal with your court case and leave them alone. Do your thing, bro.
It's that thing of like only City and PSG's door got knocked on. Yeah, you could say the same for, if we want to look at all these clubs and say, okay, hang on a minute, how do we know everyone's following FFP? Apparently, Premier League has an FFP that I have never seen followed. I've never seen a Premier League side be questioned. You look at the money that they're spending. There's bad people.
No, but this is why. It is a farce. The whole thing is a farce. It's pointless. You're trying to regulate football, but you can't account for the fact that, listen, as soon as an owner comes in, he can clean his money any which way possible within this football club. Yeah. Just let the man then run the football club the way they want to, because clearly your regulations are not working. You told Barcelona they were doing bare illegal things and signing young players, gave them a whole summer to sign Arda Turan, Luis Suarez. This is pointless, guys. There is no point in trying to regulate man's peas when you're not going to do anything about it. There's nothing you're going to do.
Because it was all a publicity stunt. That Barcelona thing was all about the Dons, the Don Corleones at the top, and not letting no one knew. That's why they hate PSG and Man City. They don't want man in there. They don't like Chelsea. They don't want Chelsea in there. They want the traditional Liverpool, Manchester United. They want the Barca, the Real Madrids. That maybe Bayern Munich if they pray, and then maybe Juventus if they, you know what I'm saying.
And the thing is, you're absolutely spot on, Peter. It's an old boys club, and they don't want anyone in. And the thing is, the only reason, because I had an argument. I didn't argue back and forth with someone, but my argument to Pep Guardiola and City getting laid off here is I generally think that City are one of the star attractions of the Champions League. Pep Guardiola is the son of UEFA Lona, and they love him, bruv. So you can't have a Champions League. I didn't Bernie is fuming if he was confident, Okay. What's it called? But it's just one of those things where I feel like it's just teams. It's just wanting to keep the same names in to keep the sustenance, because the wheel of Champions League that keeps rolling is not because of Valencia. It's not even because of teams like Manchester United. It's more so the teams that keep players like Messi and Ronaldo kind of in the conversation. I would love to see, especially because Madrid, shout out to Madrid. That's my if I don't even do the second team thing, but Madrid is just, they're the greatest club of all time. Yeah. And they won La Liga number 34. No, like Atletico was just a mistress, but really
it was an entanglement. That's what he's saying.
It was an entanglement. But nah, Madrid for me have always been that team. I think they're the greatest club of all time. 34 titles, guys.
It's real.
And shout out to Big Benzi. Shout out to Benzi Rose, because
Karim Benzema, man.
Because Benzema's been at Madrid for 10 years.
I was about to say, it feels like that was one of our boys from the ends who we watched that from Lyon to Madrid, and now we're finally seeing him get the shine because obviously he was shadowed by Ronaldo. But now we're looking at him as like, yeah, that's the guy from the estate, blood. Like, yeah, man.
Because guys,
as much as I want to give points to Madrid, I can't shake in the back of my head that Barcelona blew it.
Yeah, they did. They blew it. They blew it big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
I'm not crying for Barcelona.
That is a club I cannot wait to see the destruction of.
Post Messi.
We know after Messi, this is the end. It's the end.
No, because Mandem, I don't think you understand. Man United is the higgiest of Haggard clubs. But you see who the number 2 is? FC Barcelona. Because my God, 140 million on Coutinho, 125 million on Griezmann. What else have they done?
And Dembele.
They are an absolute. And the thing is, do you know the dumbest thing they've done? I didn't think they could top Coutinho. You know the dumbest thing they've done? They let Arthur go for Pjanic. I think
FFP.
I think that is the dumbest thing they've done. Because Pjanic is 30 years old. Busquets is 33. Rakitic is 33. Vidal is 33. Messi is 33. PK is 33.
Fam, Barcelona. That is. They lost their Steve Jobs, and since then they have never been the same.
I'm looking at them like
since 2015, since the Suarez, Neymar, Messi,
and ever since Neymar left.
Since Neymar left, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, because Neymar was supposed to be the person to replace Messi. We all knew that, and he decided to do Vive la France.
I said, nah, do you know what? This is mad. But the thing is, Barcelona could easily do this year and buy Mbappe in the summer. And then it's like, they're here again.
Bro, I don't know, man.
They win league battles. See the difference between them and Man United? They're winning their leagues. Like, you said that Madrid have got 34. Bro, Mourinho won title number 32. So when you think about it,
after a long time.
You know what I'm saying? And that was after a long time, since Beckham and Owen. You know them ones. So then Beckham and Owen, then Mourinho wins 32. And in 2020, you're talking to me about 34?
Yeah, 2 more.
Yeah.
In 8 years?
Yeah.
Because Barcelona's still been doing their thing because
Barcelona, have you seen the refereeing in La Liga, by the way?
Not just that.
Bags.
It's
and
just
I
can got the greatest player of all time.
I can never ever forget Unai Emery's PSG against Barcelona. That is something that can't be erased.
I can't say that's refereeing though. I just say that was
even if it was
there was 5 minutes to go, bro, and they were 3-1 up. Yeah, they were 3-1 up. They needed 3 goals to go through. There was an away goal at the Nou Camp.
Real Deal said Hala Madrid. Yeah, shout out to them.
So Zidane comes in, and then wins league again. Like he
wins the league, Champions League.
We need to start dialogue.
He's a European man. He loves that.
Adrian said we need to start a dialogue.
Have you seen it?
Honors.
Is he a top class manager?
I'm not gonna lie, he's on Judge, you know.
He's on Ollie Judge, is what I call it.
No. Don't disrespect Zidane.
Show some respect, man.
Don't disrespect Zidane like that.
No, I'm saying in terms of the judge, like the judge is mad.
Nah.
No, but I'm saying, no, hear me out.
I've heard.
Hear me out. I'm not saying he's on the same level as Ollie. No, he's way better than Ollie.
No. Ollie's not the same level as him.
Yeah, that's what I said. I literally said he's way better than Ollie. But I'm saying, in terms of the judge, I've seen madness that come out of him. How can man win 3 league titles, dip, return, and still win? Yeah, so what I'm saying.
What league title did Ollie win?
Dude, the guy. Listen, Zidane won a league title without Ronaldo. Hello, he won a league title.
That's it. I'm agreeing. It's insane. I'm saying the madness that I'm seeing.
You said Ollie good.
Yeah,
You said
Oli has to win the league to have that judge.
No, Oscar. He
One
needs
of
to win maybe 2 Champions League titles
To have that. Zidane judge.
Yeah, for real.
because
without a Ronaldo, yeah, with a Messi as competition, and has won the league.
Has he ever
no.
been knocked out of the Champions League before?
Sorry,
I don't think he's been knocked out of the Champions League before.
he's not. Has he done what? Sorry.
Has he
He's
ever
not
been
been
knocked
knocked
out of the Champions League? I feel like he's won it every season he's been in it.
When he played, yes.
he wins it every time. The thing is,
He's
he
won it
won it.
every season.
How is he undefeated in the Champions League?
Well, it all depends what happens with him and City.
I mean, at the time of recording.
Yeah, at the time of recording. Yeah.
Bro, the guy's not been knocked out of Champions League as a manager in his career.
No, random. He is Gandalf, and Oli is one of them Nollywood judgmen, bro. Because blood. No, because I'll never forget. Yeah, I think at the end of the third one, we had a big debate in the barbershop, and I'm like, his team is a Ferrari, and like, because there's two sides of the coin to me. His team is a Ferrari, and he's won with that team. So I don't know. So I don't know what to say, but the CV is
mad.
The thing is, you're absolutely right on this. Yeah, he's won it with Ferraris, but listen, the guy is without Ronaldo, and he drops Bale. He's moved to a Mercedes. He moved to a Mercedes, and has still beat the Lamborghini. Has still beat the.
He had Gareth Bale doing suntan on the
pitch. No Bale, fam. The guy is a don. He's a don.
He's cold. He's cold.
Man, like Vinicius Junior and them, man.
100 pounds heavier and still won the league, bro.
And the thing is, like they've not been the best Madrid this season. They've slowly been getting points, been getting done. And the thing is this, yeah. Back in the day, if you asked me, I would have said, nah, he's lucky. But bruv, his winning percentage, he is flipping Apple, bro.
He is.
He's cold. Zidane wins. You know them ones. Like he wins trophies. And the thing is, remember, this midfield is on Zimmer frames.
Patch.
No. Apart from Casemiro, bro. Tony Kroos played when like we played them with Danny Welbeck.
Don't remind me.
Tony Kroos was playing with Bayern Munich against David Moyes' Man United. He's
I can't believe we've made it that far.
No, but this is what I'm saying. So when I look at Zidane, bruv, you got to give it to him, bruv. He's cold.
Listen, bro, I applaud.
We got a few comments to get through. Back when we were talking about Barcelona, Real Deal said they're about to go through that cycle they had in the late 90s, early 2000s. It's going to be mad when Messi is gone.
Scary.
Yeah, scary.
This has contributed to 10% of their goals in history.
God.
Messi is Barcelona. Like in the same way we call Sir Alex Ferguson Manchester United, Lionel Messi is Barcelona. He's carried that club on his back for the past 15 years.
Adrian, and you know what? When you've watched football from like the 90s, yeah, you never thought there was going to be another one. Like the Barcelona of old, you know what I'm saying? Whether it was the Van Gaal era, whether it was like the Rivaldo, even the Ronaldinho era. Now we're talking the Messi's era has outlived. We forget Figo played for Barcelona. You forget Enrique. You forget them man there. It is now like you said, spot on, blood. The new badge should just be Messi's face. Simple.
Smiling.
Onto Real Madrid. Real Deal said Zidane is becoming one of the greatest coaches of all time. Fantastic. Man United till I die said Bale is an absolute mad lad trolling Real Madrid 24/7.
That would do my night, you know.
Who?
So was a man's in the golf pose. Oh,
what?
Man was scrolling
Did he do that
man went to sleep.
he's
won another La Liga title.
Yeah, but he's contributed, man. He's contributed.
He has.
Maybe not so much this season.
Realistically, he has, but this season.
Yeah. Yeah. And we had a comment from Boss Like Endo earlier, which said, LOL, remember when this guy stopped watching United for 2-3 months? Man was bunking United games with Pogba, but the minute they started improving, supports them with his chest. Typical United fans.
East Anglia. Okay. Look, well, let's talk about the are we talking about the fixtures ahead, or are we leaving that?
I think we'll just do FA Cup, I guess. That's it.
Okay. Saturday night, Saturday kickoff, whatever it is. Arsenal versus Manchester City. Lads, let's get your predictions.
City 1, City 2, City 3, City 4.
Yeah, Man City win, I think.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trust me, it's look. I think Arsenal will perform better than what we expect.
Mm-hmm.
But when you listen, you can't bring a knife to a gun war, and that's just it. It is what it is. You might get a couple slices in, but when the bullet come through, bruv, that's it. Duppy and buried. Duppy and buried. Adrian,
Peter, you know when you said watch what Arteta's doing, and we were talking earlier about investment. It's early, it's but what realistically could Arteta do with the right backing? Because I was speaking about post-match conference.
So you watched his post-match, yeah?
Yeah, I did. And the snippet.
What's interesting is that he is now making it clear. In order for us to progress, we need to invest. He's making it clear. Now, he could be setting himself up he could be setting himself up, because I've never heard managers at Arsenal ever talk like this, where it's like Wenger always used to say, "Now we're good. We've got good players. There's bare talent." Rare. Emery was sort of like when he left, you could tell, that man weren't even having the same vision. Emery and the board were not even on the same terms. Yeah, this guy now is coming out with the length and saying, "Look, basically, he's putting pressure on the board, and if Arsenal don't do certain things, then we're all going to be like at Kroenke's neck." The thing I'd say about that, though, and I've always said this on the pod, that Arsenal have, like the Kroenkes, for example, have always allowed money to be spent. They've never withdrawn money and said no. Yeah, it got spent in ridiculous ways, and we're not going to look at Champions League caliber players. It's not going to be the case. When Liverpool went through this trial and error with Klopp, you were signing people like the Kariuses. You had players in there, let me say, where you were signing players just to get you to the next level. And then when you got to that next level, you weren't spending Van Dijk money. You weren't spending I think you spent Mane. I think you bought Mane when Klopp was there. Was it Mane, Salah, and Karius, like players of that ilk, where it was like, we'll spend this amount just to get us to the next level. Then we'll spend the next amount. And as time went on, everybody grew. But then even the players Arsenal can't turn around and sign like a party tomorrow. We can't. If we're finishing 9th, bro, it doesn't work like that. It don't work like that. You have to build small steps. But
what if you finish 9th and won the FA Cup?
Well, you trying it, yeah? This guy got given the golden
Ask the question.
What do you mean? It makes no difference, bro. Winning the FA Cup does not necessarily mean you can go buy Champions League caliber player. What are we talking about?
No, that's cool. That's cool.
Raise your hands. What are you raising your arms for?
Cool.
You know what I've got? Robin is changing on us. You know.
But he turned heel.
You went Hollywood.
You went Hollywood, bro.
Man United. Man United till I die said he'd like Arsenal to win, to be honest, because then if United beat Chelsea, it's an easier final playing Arsenal than City, I guess.
That's true. It is true.
That's fair. Boss Like Endo gave us prediction. He says Arsenal 1, Manchester City 4.
That could be fair.
Yeah. Should we move on to the other game, I guess? Oh god.
I think we lose on Sunday, you know.
I think so.
Boss Like Endo said the same thing. Man United 1, Chelsea 2. There's no way Lampard will let Oli beat him for the 4th time in one season. That never happens in football.
Yeah, bruv, I don't think we beat Chelsea on Sunday.
No.
That's what happens in football, bruv. Check some records, blood. Go see that. There's some records that exist. They exist, bro.
It's a matter of personal pride now, isn't it?
the thing is, because I didn't watch the game today, I ain't got BT Sport, but I've been worried about United since Norwich. The fatigue is setting in, bro. Like, I've been trying to tell my guys at work that this Bruno hype needs to relax, because our team is not the same without the trifecta in midfield. Like, Matic, I heard McTominay was moving mad today. Yeah. And the thing is, if he was, I'm not shocked, because he's not levels. And and the thing is, I'm looking at this thinking, like, Chelsea have a much better rotation in midfield. They have like 20,000 midfielders. So the fatigue alone is gonna be mad. And I feel like we over rely on our forwards. I'm worried, man. Because I wouldn't mind winning the FA Cup.
We got a couple of comments on the midfield of Manchester United. Man United till I die says Matic is so important.
So important.
Real Deal said, I think Bruno is more important than Pogba.
Disagree.
I watched the game today, and obviously the Southampton game as well. And I think United, for some reason, struggle to keep the ball in midfield when you've got Bruno, Pogba, and Matic. And I don't really get why.
Because
no, it makes sense why.
Because remember what I was saying? Yeah, go on, Adrian.
So, i.e., like, Bruno Fernandes isn't a possession player. Bruno Fernandes is an impact player. So what you find is that he's got a large number of assists, and in order for him to get those assists, he's trying risks. He's not playing it safe, and ideally that's what you see. But because of that, if you've got a player in midfield constantly taking risks, naturally you're gonna concede possession a lot more than you would if you had like a more conservative option, i.e., a McTominay in there.
But can you afford to do that against a bigger side that has a little bit more quality like Chelsea?
We'll find out. Because United,
I actually think those are the teams we can do that against. It's the small teams that I worry about, because
really,
why?
Yeah, because in a low block, not a low block. In a high press, we struggle to keep the ball. Every team that has pressed us for the ball has been a small team, has almost had a sniff, or at least they've gotten a draw. Case in point, Southampton. I said it the day before the game. That's the game I've been shook off. That's the game I've been shook. Say that again, Pete.
Sorry, who drew at home to Brighton today? Like, United must be kicking their.
Yeah.
That's
and I think that Pogba and Bruno's game is both based on taking risk and stuff. The reason why I think you're seeing Pogba a lot more reserved is because he's playing deeper. When we beat Chelsea 4-0 in the first game of the season, Pogba was playing further up front. To see what I'm saying. But I do not think, the reason why I disagree with Real Deal's comment is because Bruno, in my opinion, can only play one position. Put him number 8, put him number 6. It is a wrap. He will not see that ball.
What he needs?
Put him
10.
number 10.
He needs
Put
10.
him number 10. That's where he shines.
Can I say something on number 10? Because I'm so glad. I don't know if it was Oscar I was speaking with about this, right? But we were just talking about how, like, the role of number 10 just seems to be fading away, and I don't like it, right? I don't like the way it's going away, and it seems like you have to really adapt. When you look at Man City and Liverpool's formations, they're more the 3 in midfield sort of thing. But to see Bruno play as a number 10 and excel, I'm like, oh, thank God, because I think that's such a great position, and I think there's a level and skill of player that a number 10 provides that no one else does, no other position does. And so I felt like you have to go down the City and Liverpool route in order to win things. Whereas Man United have shown that, no, when he's top quality, like, they can look unbelievable. And I'm just so glad, because in my mind, obviously I'm thinking from an Ozil perspective as well, that he's being phased out of the Arsenal squad because even that role just doesn't fit anymore. But to see Bruno, it just makes me think, no, if you've got the right guy, he can excel and it can look lovely.
The thing is, he makes it easier to section how we play, because I think that we've gone back a tiny bit to Alex Ferguson days, where in possession we play 4-2-4. So it's like the midfield two allow comfortability for the attacking front four. In this case, it's a front three. Sorry, yeah. Is it? Yeah, it is a front three because we play two up top. So Bruno can now go and do his thing. Where my issue is that like I'm looking at Real Deal's comment about Bruno Fernandes. This is the same conversation we had at work because I said that Bruno's come in January. If you look at our fixtures since he came, there's fixtures we lost, there's fixtures we drew, and then there's fixtures we've won. We've actually only improved after the restart because we've beaten big teams without Bruno, we've beaten small teams without Bruno. So I can't say that Bruno Fernandes has single-handedly done this thing. We beat City first half of the season. We beat Tottenham first half of the season. He came and then we beat City and all that. And I think we beat Norwich. I think he's had a bigger impact, but I can't say he's a better player than Pogba because trust me, put Bruno Fernandes. I'll never forget his game against Wolves. Had the biggest impact, but ultimately we didn't win the game. Look at, I think Burnley we lost or drew or something like that. We lost to Burnley. Bruno was in the team. So I'm looking at the fact that if you remove any one of that trio of Bruno, Pogba, and Matic, we struggle. So this idea that Bruno is this guy that has come and he's changed it. He's changed some things. Don't get me wrong. I think he's an icy player, wavy player, but I think that he does get a lot more plaudits for the work if he doesn't have to do.
I think. Do you not think there's anything to the fact that United have been in good form, and since Pogba's come back into the side, he himself has not been in good form. I don't think he had a great game tonight. He was poor against Southampton and got taken off. So stuff like that.
I don't think he was poor against Southampton. I think if he was poor, Bruno was poor because they both lost the ball. We lost most of our possession when Pogba came off, and we lost a lot more of our possession when Bruno came off. So you can't look at ball losses as the only reason why a player was bad, because you take him out of the team and you bring on Fred, we concede. So for me, the impact of the player you have has a lot to do with how you play, and that alone is why a player has to be good. Because you take Pogba out of that midfield, trust me, guys. Let's go into Chelsea on Sunday, and you take Pogba out of the team. We are finished.
I agree. I agree on that front. I think if Man United play their second team, their FA Cup team, I think then Chelsea win that because we're going to play a changed team as well. But I feel like our second team is still solid, whereas United's is a lot more of a drop off. Yeah. But that front four, man, that Rashford, Greenwood, Martial is so dangerous that I can't be confident about this game. Anytime Martial is around the box, he's a deadly finisher.
I don't think they're going to play. I generally think you will see Agallo, you will see James on Sunday.
Yeah.
Because I could told you, Pete, at the start of the pod, I said, listen, the games we need to care about is West Ham and Leicester.
Facts.
Do you think?
But
Chelsea
it could.
I was saying, do you think Chelsea will do the same too?
I think we'll have a weakened squad. I think you'll see Hudson-Odoi play. You'll see, but the thing with Lampard is that he's always been very rotational anyway. So he's never, one of the main criticisms is that he's never found his first 11. So he will change it up. The team that played against Norwich will be different to the team that played against United, and that will be different to the team that plays against Liverpool next week. So but I just feel like because of that rotation, we have a lot more other players who have had Premier League football this season and can just step in and get the job done. You know what I mean? Like playing Ross Barkley or Kovacic, you wouldn't say one of them is not used to first team football. They both are, and so is Mount. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me. I've missed a ton of comments, so let me just try and get through some of them. Boss Light Endo said Sunday will show us where United are. That midfield will get exposed very soon. Very poor ball retention. Man United till I die.
I was going to say to respond to that, I don't think you're going to see the midfield that you will see this week. I genuinely think.
But isn't the ball retention thing still a factor?
It is
like with Fred
but
McTominay. It's still the
it's
same
still a
thing.
factor,
That
but
same
I
issue.
disagree. You're not going to see the first 11 that you will see midweek. I wouldn't get get hooked up.
Adrian, why do you disagree?
Because I think with your McTominay's, Freds, and whoever in there, your second string
Could be
midfielder,
Lingard.
yeah, whoever it is, because they haven't got that sauce about them. Yeah, I think they're more likely to be keep it simple, side to side passes as opposed to your Pogba's and your Brunos because they've got a bit more about them, a bit more sauce, a bit more quality. They're actually going to try and get those penetrating balls in behind and try and make things happen in more of a sense, if that makes sense. So whilst don't get me wrong, in terms of dominating the midfield, in terms of controlling the game, obviously you'd want the Pogba midfield, but with that midfield comes a bit more risk as well. Whereas the McTominay,
The only reason I'd be happy is if Kante is not playing.
Kante's not playing; he's injured.
We're
going to play.
Go on.
We're gonna play Mount and Barkley, and they're gonna press whoever's in your midfield. That's gonna be Lampard's plan, I think.
The thing is, if we play, I feel like if we play our first team midfield, I think we beat you. But
same.
But I do think it's players like Lindelof against Giroud potentially that will give me a headache. It's players like it will be things like Bruno and Pogba losing the ball. But I think apart from that, I mean, even Maguire, he's a bit higgy. But anyway, I do think that it will be evenly matched if the two teams play their best 11. The only reason I don't think we will is because I think, Oscar, you have Liverpool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got Liverpool. We've got West Ham. Tough game. I don't care what anyone says. Man United is not.
Yeah, West Ham is long.
It depends.
Man United is not there yet.
It depends, though.
Of course, not there yet.
No, it depends because the reason I say it depends is because West Ham play Watford tomorrow. If West Ham win that game, they're safe, and I think United beat them if they're safe.
The thing is, I just do not trust this team simply because I think that people are forgetting our form before COVID, and it's really, bruv. The games we've been winning 3 and 4-0, people have really had amnesia, bruv. We were higgy from January till March or whenever the lockdown happened, and now we're in a place where, because you have to remember, Pogba was in here for like 6 months. Rashford had a back injury. Martial missed out for 2 months. Matic has been playing good since City in the second leg of the League Cup semi-final. That's when Matic started playing well. When we won 1-0, but I think they pammed us 3-1 at Old Trafford. That's when we started, some of our best players started playing well. Our back four's been fit for most of the season. And then De Gea and Maguire are the Chuckle brothers. As soon as lockdown finished and we came back, everyone's back. So now you're seeing Mason Greenwood, who I said was good at PSG, but you're not going to see him if this kind of midfield is not, put together or whatever. So I feel like Southampton was for me. I said it on the day of the game. We are going to struggle. I need referees to get paid. I need VAR to work in our favor. And look what happened. Look what happened. We conceded 1-0 because Pogba loses the ball. And bro, I'm a big fan of Hasenhüttl. Like even after the 9-0, I was like, nah, this guy with the crap he has in his team can coach.
Yeah.
This guy's cold. You see what I'm saying? He's a decent coach. And you see what happens. And the reason why I'm looking at these teams is because we literally have a first 11. That is it, bruv. You see, after that, Igalo, Greenwood, flipping McTominay, Fred, and Romero. You see those 5? Everyone else, garbage. Absolute trash. Sun Pride juice. Garbage.
I feel like it'll be an interesting semi to watch then, because I think both teams will play weakened teams, so it's gonna be a bit of a weird one. So that'll be interesting. I think if if Arsenal go through on Saturday, I think United, Chelsea will play strong teams. If City go through, I think you'll see what you guys were talking about. That will play with it because there's
you guys are playing on Saturday.
Yeah.
All right.
So we'll see if Arsenal go through and Liverpool going for United and Chelsea going for it. But
yeah, just to wrap up this game, Boss Like Endo said, no, both teams will play their strongest 11. Both teams need a trophy to help them kick on. Trust me, they'll take it seriously. Hence why United made some changes. Chelsea had a 5-day rest as well.
But we didn't really make changes. The only changes we had were Fosu-Mensah because we have no left back.
Yeah, I don't think United made changes.
And Matic. So
Walk on for sure.
His ankle's crunked.
Yeah, he twisted his ankle or whatever.
And then Brandon Williams said,
Fossy, man. Big up Foss.
He had an alright game today.
Because you know what, I was proper worried about him because I thought, bro, he hasn't played since like 2017. You know, so I'm like,
the only thing that came out, I was like, raw. I think Dalot, I think he's gone.
And you know what? Good riddance. The guy is air. He is air, bruv. He's air.
He can cross the ball though, blood. He's got a peg, blood.
That's the man.
I saw this guy and he was sending a ball from right to left. I said, who is that, blood?
No.
He was 20 years old.
When I saw him at the
he's young, you know, he's mad young.
No, when I saw him at the Emirates getting bodied by Mesut, the OG Ozil, I said, nah. You can't be getting bodied by
Ozil. Get bodied.
No. Ozil keeps Kolasinac in his back pocket just in case it goes down. Nah, Pritchard.
You be legit. You legit straight.
You're from no, bro. I sat at the when United were attacking onto the right, so everything on your left side was coming towards Dalot, and the guy was getting overwhelmed. Like, it was mad. It was Kolasinac and Ozil doubling up on him, and I'm like, bro, are you a defender or not? Like, pick a man, do something.
He's not great defensively.
I said, the thing is, he's one of those guys, yeah. If we played like 3 at the back, I'd say keep him because he can whip a ball.
He can. He's good going forward.
And the thing is, yeah, I don't know if it's a high standard I hold defenders, but bloody hell, defend! Oh my gosh, defend! What? Like, listen, the fact that we let Borthwick Jackson go, and we kept Dalot, get him out, man. He's not good.
Like everyone's where you think defending has gone for fullbacks, and then I get a Kieran Tierney, and I said, "Oh, it's restored." Defending is.
I love him.
Great.
Who wouldn't? He's giving Robinson a run for his money next season. He's giving Robinson a run for his money next year.
The thing is, and people are talking about Ben Chilwell. I'm like, bruv, don't ever talk about Chilwell in the same conversation as Kieran Tierney. Kieran Tierney is wavy. Like Ryan Bertrand is better than flipping Ben Chilwell. Let's not do this, bro.
I wouldn't argue that.
Like, he is wavy, bro. Nah, Kieran's my guy. He's cold.
We had a couple more comments. Man United Till I Die said United's depth is so bad, need competition in all positions to win titles. Yeah. And SW6 X London, great postcode, said time to play the game.
Time to play the game. Hey, that thing blew off, blood.
Blew up.
Like
how has the fame treated you?
You know, like I've never seen this before. Yeah, my app mentions. Yeah, I swear, the figure come up. Yeah, it was like 30 plus. It won't even give me like what it is. I'm open. Yeah? The first time how I heard it was like something blew up. Yeah, was Arsenal staff, like the media guys were like hitting me up. They're like, "Yo, bro, look, check this." So I'm like trying to commentate and whatever, not commentate, but I'm trying to like keep focus on that. Not paying no mind, bro. I got a triple substitution going on with Liverpool. I'm thinking, flip sake, man, I need to sort this one out. And I'm just looking at Triple H trending. I'm like, oh, Okay, nothing, not thinking much of it. Scrolling, but I'm seeing, yo, bare tweets. I tried to like and retweet everything. I had to give up. I was like, nah. Literally, I was doing it in the stadium, and I was like, nah, there's only so much I can do in one go. So I went home, like, came back at it again. Big up WWE, man. Big up Triple H, bro. Apparently he's heard it. So I'm like, yo, that's kind of, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of lit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, next week, bro, we just need to come out and spray the water. Why didn't no one spray the water, blood? No, like, I heard that they put on the screen. He's got the bottle, and he's just swallowed the juice, blood. Pause. I'm thinking, yo, cuz. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, bro, you just spray that. Right? Yeah, man.
You could be the reason why WWE hosts WrestleMania at the Emirates.
Alright, fam. Listen, let's
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Vince, let's get that bag, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's sit down.
Imagine that.
I will take a pedigree if it means that, bro. I will take a pedigree.
You've got to sell the hell out of that bad boy.
Say again?
You've got to sell the hell out of that bad boy.
Oh, that bitch, yeah? Oh, what, they're selling? Oh, my days.
He's a backflip.
I'm gonna blade, blood. Are you mad? I'm coming in flash, blood, and then bang, you know what I'm saying? Exposure. Oof. But yeah, man. Hey, what's mad? It's like YouTube. I was saying to Oscar, it's like YouTube, bro. I've played that tune at the Emirates a few times. I've even played Stone Cold. I've played DX. I've played bare tunes, yeah. But it just seems to be, I guess, because it's Arsenal Liverpool. It's locked down. Everybody's watching the game. You know what I'm saying? If you're at the stadium, you clack it.
And there was no fan noise. It was just, you could just hear the PA. That's what you hear.
I didn't realize how loud it was on telly though, because like from where we were, everything was like on a low volume, on a low like level, because there's no crowd. There's no need to start sending things roof. You know what I'm saying? There's no need for that. So yeah, like just put it on now, and it was just one of those, bruv. When I was given free reign to just play anything, you get me at DJ Solanke on Twitter, bruv. You're done, no. 100%. You know what I'm saying? 100%. So yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. Boss That Endo had a question for the United and Chelsea fans. Would you rather finish above the other team or beat them in the semis? I don't care about finishing above United. I just want to be in the top four.
Third, fourth, I don't care.
I don't care.
But out of the two,
I don't care.
The question. Out of the two.
Huh?
Answer the question.
Out of the two.
I don't
yeah.
think about Chelsea.
I'd rather finish above because I want to be top four. If I finish above United, then I'm top four. Yeah. So I'd rather finish above United.
Right. I guess that sums up this week. We've gone 2 hours, but it's the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
the next day. Big up everyone that's come in and locked on. Big up SW6. Big up Boss Light Endo. Big up Man United Till I Die. Big up Real Deal. Big up everybody that's locked in. Big up the crew. Big up the Man United fans wanting top four. 100%. I understand that.
Sure.
Make sure you like, subscribe. At Top 4 Podcast on the Twitter, on the SoundCloud, on the YouTubes, on the where else are we, bruv?
Facebook,
Spotify.
On the book. Are we on the book?
Yeah, Facebook.
Spotify, bro.
Yeah, we're on that as well.
Right. Shout out to Spotify. You need to give us that bag, bruv. You know what I'm saying? I'm going for that bag, bruv. You know what I mean? Anyway, but yeah, big up all the crew. Them. When are we back? Are we doing Sunday after the
Monday.
game? Monday.
So, no. So Monday. So we got Monday, then we got Thursday, and then Sunday next week.
Would we do Thursday?
Is there a point Thursday?
There's no point in doing Thursday.
What are the games on Thursday?
There's games next week, Wednesday.
There's games only on Wednesday.
Okay, then we do Wednesday, and then Sunday is the big one because that's when it's done.
Ain't you man busy on Wednesday nights though?
Nah.
Yeah, Wednesday nights are a bit techie still.
Chopping it up, like.
We'll see. I'd say keep your eye out on the Top 4 Twitter page, and we'll update you there.
This is
Yeah. Okay. All right. Then we'll just keep it at Top 4 Podcast, man.
Mm-hmm.
We'll update you. We'll let you know what's wanted. Arsenal finalists in the FA Cup. Yeah, you're done, though, bro. All day long.
Right.
Big up everybody. Lock in. Keep on at Twitter. Sorry, at Top 4 Podcast on Twitter. You're done, though.
I respect it.
Peace.